Before I play this clip, I do want to say shout outs to the brother who covered this story. I didn't know anything about Tony Rich, decided to dig that far into it because, we all have our own personal lives and we make decisions and choices in life that turn out better or worse depending on what your outlook is. Anyway, he gives a story time on the timeline of Claressa Shields coming into contact with Papoose and how the relationship between her and this man went from start to finish. And I think you might want to pay close attention to this, especially if you are a first timer to this. So get comfortable, grab you something to snack on, and let's chop it up.
Meet Tony Rich. Tony Rich was Claressa Shields' fiance at the time that she was actively messing with Papoose. Everything is allegedly, and always do your own research, but let's break this down. Had this had been a man, a professional sports figure who had done this to his fiance, that they were together for 5 years. 5 years is a long time to dedicate your life to somebody. And that's exactly what he did.
Ladies, we are
dedicated his life to Claressa Shields. That's why Claressa Shields was in tip-top shape. Tony worked with her in the gym religiously every day because himself, he owned his own gym and he was a professional bodybuilder. So it's countless videos on the internet that you could go look up with Tony dedicating countless hours of his life into building Claressa Shields' physique to the point where she used to have a six-pack when she was with Tony. But now that she's parading around, chasing behind a married man, yeah, that's right. She left her fiance to get with Remy Ma's husband.
You know what's sad about this? There's a lot of broken and bitter men and women out here that go back and forth with each other online thinking that the world is over, that everybody is a culprit, nobody is to be trusted. And you can't really be mad at them for feeling that way, especially if the patterns in their life continuously testify against them. But when you see stuff like this right here, it really makes you rethink the way that you look at the world. Because you telling me that with all of y'all saying men ain't this and men ain't that, here we have a guy supposedly with her 24 hours a day, give or take, working out with her, motivating her, filling in that space where by definition the man is supposed to for the person that he cares about. He doing everything on the checklist. Doesn't seem like it's enough. I'm gonna let him finish cooking though.
Listen to what I'm saying. So sorry for Tony Rich because this woman misled him. She had him believe that they were about to get married, and when she got the big money, what did she do? She left that man flat on his ASS. Even going as far as to when Tony Rich first found out about her and Papoose, he was devastated. He posted on his page trying to throw it off and be funny, like, now when Remy Ma, y'all don't be on my nuts. And what did she do? She went and mocked him and put and even shared the post to her page with laughing emojis. That's messed up. Could you imagine you training with somebody every day, dedicating your life to them telling you that they love you, that they're gonna marry you, and then you look on social media and see that it was all one big lie?
When a nigga don't fuck with you, he's not doing all this shit. And like it's scary because you want to invest, you want to pour into somebody that has a potential to be a wife or a husband. But people are using each other so much. And if you don't have the level of discernment required to tell the difference, oftentimes than not, you don't have the spiritual entanglements. So it's harder for you to disconnect from them. Time, energy, you can't replace it. One person is in it more than the other the whole time. They had other agendas to get to a bigger fish, a bigger opportunity. It's really fucked up. And this is where you can't fault nobody but the individuals who made the choice decisions to play the games that they played. I said it on the stream before. Militia. I said militia. Claressa Shields has the maturity level of a high schooler. I'm not talking about her accolades because that speaks for itself. I'm referring to her professionalism, her emotional intelligence, her mental stability, how she deals with pressure, deals with romance, deals with love, deals with life, deals with criticism, things of that nature. She does not have it all together. And clearly, when I'm listening to, if this is true, allegedly, of course, then she used this man for 5 years to get her to a place where she would be good. Found the guy that she actually wanted through her naivete, through her lust, preyed on this woman's husband, whether or not they were divorced or fighting or separated or whatever the fuck the case is. You befriended Remy Ma, cosplayed, dressing up like her. Whole time you had other motives. This dude over here doing everything the right way, everything that we say y'all want, he doing it. You shit on it.
Right. What's going on? Party all time.
Opposed to her and everything. That shit right there. Putting on the performance. That shit's scary as fuck. The performance. The ability to convince you that they are all in, that they have the same level of reciprocity for you as you do them, while masking their true nature, their true identity, who they really are on the inside. You can't even see it for what it really is because all you're looking at is you are in love with this person. You thought you knew them. You tried to do things the right way. You didn't come into it with any ill intent. So why would you be guarded? She preys on it. And she got everybody involved here looking at the situation like, well, y'all both equally yoked on this. You really never was. And this is why fellas need to be more careful with who they lay down with and who they pour into. Period. You got to look at this track history. Got the beautiful, cute music playing in the background and all that. I guess that makes it sound better. I guess that makes it look more official. Be honest, would you be able to tell that there was something deeper and darker going on here? Just listening to and seeing how everything is playing out in this clip. This man had no idea. No idea. Damn, brother. I wonder if anybody else knew that he was only counting down to the very moment where she was going to make her exit strategy. Because you knew it was coming eventually. This should be pre-planned. Literally. Like no bullshit.
And after that, what did Claressa Shields do? She jumped in her car and went and repoed this man's car and posted on the internet because she was upset that he wore a t-shirt with Remy Ma's face on it, trying to get back at her for making him look like a fool amongst their family and friends. Could you imagine your mother calling you like, hey, why is your fiance parading around with Remy Ma's husband? Do you know what that would do to somebody? Could you imagine your fiance leaving you for somebody else's wife? So I'm not even good enough for you to be your fiance that you left me for a man that's already married, and I did nothing to you but help you train. I have countless videos up here of this man in the gym with her training.
Tony has a 50-pound weight. Ladies, use your weight in a gym. You don't have to lift as heavy as your man, but you can do the same workouts. Ooh, look at that.
And look at how she used different manipulation tactics to get this man to believe that they were truly in love.
I want today to be special because I love you, and what better way to express my love for you than to show you? I'm blessed that God blessed you with 35 years. I'm blessed that you love me enough to let me be part of your life. So happy birthday, baby, and you may open your gift now. It's not what you wanted, but it's a gift from the heart.
So you can never trust a person like that, in my opinion, when you're engaged to a man, but you're in somebody else's husband's inbox. That is not traits of a champion or someone that should represent the United States of America. This is actually something that's frowned upon, so much so that legal action can be taken behind that with a married couple. You're violating laws when you're messing with married people. They took an oath before the God that me and you serve, and she didn't even care about that. She continued to inbox Pat Poose even after going as far as to ask Remy Ma for dressing tips and tips of how to look like her so that she can come and steal her man, allegedly. This is just so...
You know what I've come to the conclusion on? It's just your time. It's only expiration date for people who go into it with the expectations of getting something out of it. What am I trying to really get at here? Women like her, they show you exactly what they're about. And if you ignore it, for them to gaslight you into feeling guilty about something that you feel strongly is an issue, you are the problem just as much as she is, because the flesh is weak. We can swear up and down that we ain't going to ever have eyes for anybody else, but a true man or woman of God, they don't entertain anything on the outside of their relationships. You're not in nobody's inboxes. You don't respond to DMs. You put in certain boundaries that prohibit anybody from being able to infiltrate that at all. This is why Kay Michelle is okay with her dude sleeping with other people. This is why Nia Long is 50 something years old talking about sneaky links and sleeping with dudes half her age and not committing to nobody. And Jennifer Lopez is on her 4th divorce. A lot of these women are broken, man. They confused as fuck. And she wasn't satisfied nor happy and content with the person that was doing everything that y'all required them to do. She wasn't happy with him because that wasn't her person. On top of that, she doesn't even know the difference between a righteous man and a worldly man. So she's going to forever screw herself out of love and joy and peace and happiness because her flesh is the leader of everything that she does outside of getting in the ring.
Sad. And then after that, Tony went online and made a little funny joke like, man, it's crazy when you find out that somebody posted, hold on, let me get this right. Claressa Shields left her fiance to be with someone else's husband, and Tony Rich went and commented under it, and she put, that person can go to hell. Like trying to make it like she's the victim here. Like, how dare you talk about me like that? And Tony Rich went and posted under there to her, no, you can go to hell. And you know what she did? She posted LOL with a smiley face emoji like things were a game. Now let Papoose do the same thing to her, and she's going to try to play victim. Because everybody would be, oh, Claressa Shields, you could do better, you could find better, but we don't hear nothing about Tony. And I just want to tell you, brother, that I'm sorry, man, that you went through that at the hands of somebody that you trusted, that you were in love with. This just goes to show the depths that this woman will go to achieve what she wants in life. And to me, in my opinion, that's what you call the definition of a snake. How she says that she removes snake people out of her life. Well, how do you trick a man to being with you for 5 years, that went through the struggle with you, that grind with you? That's why you ain't been in shape like that since you left, Tony, in my opinion. If y'all,
she sacrificed her body to use a guy to do her bidding. That brother, that's decent as he seems to be based on description, didn't have everything rudimentally grounded within himself to understand that what he was dealing with is an absolute vulture Jezebel spirit in the flesh of a prominent prospect that's being seen all over social media worldwide. He fell for it, just like many men who fall for the flesh over their purpose and calling. And he fell for it, and she capitalized off of it, not knowing that everything that she did to him is coming back and falling on her right now. Now, like, I really understand why people feel the way they feel.
I wonder why Claressa Shields' body was amazing and how she won all them fights, because that shit plays a part in your conditioning. That's why she's not fighting right now, because she's not in shape, in my opinion. She is not in fighting shape, allegedly. You know why? Because the biggest part of the puzzle is missing. Tony, if you look at these videos, he was the one in the gym every day, and she was alongside with him. But now she's trying to live a hip-hop life, and she's chasing behind Papoose. This may have been one of the biggest deceptions in couple history. And it was all at the hands of Claressa Shields, who played with Tony's heart.
Bro, this shit is crazy, man. Shout out to my mans, bro. Shout outs to him for real. That breakdown, I couldn't have said it any better. And like I said, all of it is alleged. Y'all do your own digging on that. Some of y'all probably know about this anyway, but just in case, I wanted to add more context and my own perspective on it. My final thoughts really, this is what happens when you pick the wrong partner and you get involved with people for the wrong reasons. Every time, straight up. And the fallout is never worth the fun and pleasure that you get along the way. It never is. It just seems like it. And now, well, you see what's happening. That's crazy, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about all this in the comments, man. I wish the best for that brother Tony, man. I hope you learned your lesson moving forward. Damn.